going into 2026. Let's go. If you're ready for 2026, comment below what you're ready to see in 2026, right? Comment in the comments what you're excited about for 2026, right? For me, I'm super excited and stoked because there are 7 new trends in the VA loan real estate community that's actually getting upgrades in 2026, right? And these upgrades is going to help us veterans as well as our military service members tremendously when it comes to real estate, right? So let's jump right into it. My 7 top trends that are trending and coming to us in 2026. Let's go. So listen, if you've been on the sidelines waiting to utilize your VA loan when the interest rates got better, when the market changed a certain direction for you, or maybe just any personal reasons, right? 2026 is going to be the best time in US history to utilize the VA loan, right? And I'm going to give you 7 reasons why today, right now. So before we get started, my name is Jarvis Witherspoon. I am a licensed real estate agent currently located in Arizona, right? I am a veteran, Navy vet, 100% disabled, and an investor, right? So everything that I'm telling you in these videos, I've done it myself, right? And as well, I'm licensed. So I have the authority as well as the credibility to give you this information, right? So let's jump right into it. Number 1 on my list for trending in 2026 as far as the VA loan is the interest rates, baby. Let's go, right? Interest rates has been skyrocketing for the last few years, right? Well, guess what? Inflation is actually starting to stabilize itself. Yes, I know there's rumors, there's talk, and of course, right now we're in a government shutdown, but hey, listen, interest rates are falling. As the inflation begins to stabilize and the Federal Reserve actually is trending to lower interest rates, the Federal Reserve actually will enter in a specific period of time where rates will start to drop, right? So in this particular window, you're going to want to take advantage of the VA loan because it's going to be the best time to utilize these lower interest rates, right? So the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, Lawrence Young, has officially put out his predictions for next year's interest rates. And he predicts that we're going to be between the mid 5s, high 5s, closer to the end of 2026, right? So that tells you that you need to start preparing now, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to be ready to buy right then and there, right? Because it's no telling how long those interest rates will stay there. As you may have seen back in 2021, interest rates were as low as 3.1%, right? And I know this for a fact because I bought a house in 2021. The reason why I was able to take advantage of that is because I was properly prepared. I knew that the interest rates were going to be low, so I waited, and at the right time, I bought my property, right? So the same thing is going to happen in 2026. Interest rates are going to fall. The Federal Reserves are literally projected to have rates drop, and inflation will reach a standstill where it will start to stabilize itself. And that's when you're going to want to buy. Lower interest rates means lower monthly payments. Lower monthly payments mean more money in your pocket that you can put towards other things in your personal life. Or as an entrepreneur, you might need some extra money to go towards an investment you're thinking about buying or getting into. Well, having extra money monthly to put aside for savings or for investments, IRAs, whatever you want, will help you traject into the future better, right? Will help you scale and increase your earnings better, right? Because at the end of the day, less money coming out of your pocket is more money you get to put in your bank. Trend number 2. And honestly, this is one of my favorites, right? So with the VA loan, they have what you call loan limits, right? So if you've never utilized the VA loan, there actually is no loan limit. Or if you use the VA loan, but you don't have any active VA loans now, meaning none of your VA loans are actually active, then you actually don't have a loan limit as well. But if you've utilized the VA loan, then they have what you call an entitlement cap, right? That entitlement cap is based on the confirming loan limit of your area. Right now, the national confirming loan limit is $806,500. That means you cannot purchase a property utilizing the VA loan that goes over $806,500, right? Not while you have an active VA loan. So if you don't have an active VA loan, there is no loan limit, but this is just for anyone that has an active VA loan. Now you're within an entitlement cap. That entitlement cap, once again, is based on the confirming loan limit of that area, city, or state. That cap is actually going to be increased. The loan limit for the entitlement of the VA loan will be increased in 2026, right? This hasn't officially been announced yet, but majority of the professionals in my space have predicted that the national loan limits will be increased, right? So instead of 806,500, which is still a lot of money, is going to be increased from that in 2026, right? So the bigger the loan limit, the more property you can qualify for, right? For an example, I have 2 properties currently utilizing the VA loan. Both of these properties are still under 806,000. One is 350, one is 380K. That's roughly around 730,000, right? So with that money, I actually have roughly 70K to 100K of entitlement left to purchase another property. However, there's not a lot of places that you can find a $70,000, $100,000 house. But if my loan limit is increased to maybe 900,000, now that entitlement will increase. So I can then add another house into my entitlement without having to refi or sell any of my other properties, right? So entitlement is very important when it comes down to maximizing your VA loan. And a lot of people don't know that you can buy multiple properties with the VA loan. And the reason they don't know this is because they don't understand the entitlement. I purchased 2 properties with the VA loan and both of them stayed under the confirming loan limit. That's why I was able to do it. However, as the loan limit increases, I'll actually have the opportunity to add more properties to my portfolio and still stay under that threshold without having to sell, refinance, or even put a down payment on the next property, right? So that's great moving forward and investing and scaling, right? That's great to utilize when you're trying to scale your business, okay? Because any other time that you buy a property, more than likely you're going to have a down payment. With the VA loan, you won't. And you can buy multiple properties with no down payment. I mean, your first 3 years, you can get all your investment properties with no money out of pocket. Just imagine that. Number 3 on my list is increase in inventory, right? So according to NAR, the National Association of Realtors, from Q1 of 2025, we've actually increased upwards of 14% of listings on the market since this time last year. And that's nationwide. That means more people are trying to sell their home. So the more inventory, the less competition because there's more opportunity for you to purchase a home. Less competition means more opportunity for you to negotiate. If everybody's in the market trying to buy, the seller has no reason to take a lowball offer because he has 5 other offers on his table. Because of the supply and demand basically determines who's going to have the upper hand in negotiation, right? The more competition, the less negotiation you're going to have when it comes to buying a home. The less competition, the more negotiation power you'll have as a buyer. Number 4 on my list, seller concessions are back. They've never left, but it's almost as if they were out of sight. Well, now they're actually starting to offer seller concessions back. So sellers are actually having to offer terms that may not be beneficial to them, but at the end of the day, they want to get the property done, get the property sold. Like I said before, seller concessions are coming back. And if you didn't know, veterans can actually use up to 4% concessions to go towards closing costs, to go towards paying your buyer's commission, to paying your realtor, right? Instead of having to pay your realtor out of your pocket, you can get the seller to pay for it. The seller concessions can go towards repair costs. The seller concessions can even go towards debt that you have as a buyer. Completely separate from the transaction, you may have personal debt that's creating issues for you in your life. Well, guess what? With seller concessions, you can use some of that money to go towards your personal debt, right? So the fact that seller concessions and sellers are actually starting to give more money to the buyers as far as concessions, use it to your advantage, right? And if you want to know how to utilize seller concessions to go towards your closing costs or to pay down your debt or even to pay your buyer's commission, Look in the description and you'll find a link to my calendar, right? There you can schedule my one-on-one VA Loans Wealth Blueprint Strategy session, right? This is where we're going to go over your strategies. Make sure you know everything you need to know about the VA loan as well as your benefits and come up with a plan to move forward that's going to benefit you. Number 5 on my list is the VA construction loan. Right? So the VA construction loan allows you as a veteran to purchase the land and build your house on that land with zero money out of pocket, no PMI, little to no closing costs, no funding fee if you're 10% or more as a disabled veteran, and more and more and more. Right? But with the VA construction loan, what makes it so unique is that not only can you buy the land, but you can build your dream home on that land. So let's just say you're looking for a property and you cannot find everything you're looking for in the property, right? As you may know, or as some of us know, when it comes down to looking for a home, and you might be experiencing it now, there's going to be a list of things that you love, but there might be a list of things that you don't so much love, right? So guess what? With the construction loan, you can build your dream home. And I'm saying you can go as big as you qualify for. You can build a $2 million house as long as you qualify for it with zero money out of pocket. I mean, with that product in itself, it's crazy. Now, before, this process could have been difficult to people that's never used a construction loan, right? Because with the construction loan, the bank actually needs to get a bid on how much it will cost to build that property. Once you get a bid from your contractor, you then take that to the VA or to the lender, and then they will approve how much they will be paying that contractor to build the home, right? But they only going to be paying that contractor in what they call draws, right? In draws. So in stages, the VA or the lender will pay that contractor in stages as the home gets completed. Well, guess what? They're making it even more simpler for an average veteran like you and I to purchase land and build on that land with the construction loan. As more lenders are actually offering this product. Some lenders was late to the show. They didn't actually have the construction loan as a product. Now, more businesses, more banks are more willing to actually offer the construction loan. So you better take advantage of it while you can. Number 6 on my list may seem small to a few, but it actually can benefit a lot of my veteran buyers or veteran-owned homeowners, right? So like I said before, interest rates will be falling. So as interest rate falls, you as a homeowner will actually have the opportunity to utilize what we call the VA EARL, the interest rate reduction loan for the VA loan. So if you're a homeowner and you bought your home last year, you're probably sitting at a high 6, low 7 interest rate. Well, as the interest rates fall, you as a homeowner will have the opportunity to refinance the current home loan that you have to a lower interest rate loan that will help you benefit by saving you money monthly, and it could end up saving you thousands over the long term, right? So please, when the interest rates do fall, take advantage, right? Utilize your VA EARL. And number 7 on my list is credit scores and DTI. Right now, the VA loan credit score minimum requirement is extremely low, right? Technically, there is no credit score minimum, but typically lenders would like for you to be within 580 and up. Well, as of Q1 2025 until now, 5% of veterans have actually defaulted on the VA loan. So that's extremely low, right? Historically. With that being said, lenders are going to be way more comfortable lending to a veteran than an average civilian, even if our credit score is kind of low. So take advantage of that. If you want to know if your credit score is too low to utilize the VA loan, all you have to do is comment below or click on the link in the description, set up a one-on-one session call with me and you, and I'll be able to tell you if you can qualify for the VA loan currently. So that's it. That's my top 7. So if you're still here, that means that you're serious, and I commend that. You actually want to make a change in your life and your family's life, right? I look at it this way. You serve, so you deserve, right? The same country that you fought for will not fight for you. As some of you may know, when we get out in the military, they do not tell us about our VA loan or anything about our benefits that actually sticks. They might brush over it, but they really don't give us solid information that we can utilize in strategies. So if you want to know what your next move is in order to take advantage of your benefits, click the link in the description. That link will take you to my calendar, and we'll go over the next steps for you and how I can help you move on to financial freedom utilizing your VA benefits. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a veteran or active duty member in your family, right? See you in the next video. Peace.